course, physics will be physics, so if you want the anamorphic look, you should use an anamorphic lens. However, if you just want to smooth off the edges, the anamorphic lens flare plugin might help you to achieve a more organic and filmic look. In this shot we have the super bright desk lamp and some very nice spilled light around her notepad here. So let's see what we can do with the anamorphic lens flare plugin. I apply the plugin and go into mask mode. I lower the light threshold until all the light sources I want to include show up. Maybe like this. And I will smooth the roll of just a tad. Yeah, underneath you can see the highlight recovery section, but we will worry about that in a little bit. Once I'm satisfied with my selection, I can go out of the mask mode and to my flare controls. Let's play around with them. First of all, I think I want to add some radial flare just to smooth off the edges. Maybe like this. Let's have a look at the before and after. This is before, this is after. Maybe it's already a little bit much. So, before, after. Yeah, I think that's about it. My goal with the radial flare is just to diffuse the light sources a little bit. Next, let's play around with the horizontal flare. I will increase the amount until I reach a point where I'm satisfied with the width of the flare. Yeah, I think around 79, 80-ish. Would be good. Going a little bit further, you can see that we have the relative channel projection. This section lets you control how much the red channel is flared, how much the green channel is flared, and how much the blue channel is flared. If I turn down the green and the blue channel, you can see I can only flare the red channel if I want. Turn down this one, I can only flare the green channel if I want, and I can only flare the blue channel if I want. Let's reset this. Anamorphic lens flares have this blue cyanish hue, and by default these sliders are set for a good starting point. However, I need to adjust them to fit the scene a little bit better. So I will decrease the red channel even a little bit more, and the green channel as well. And now we are in this blue cyanish ballpark. I think it's a little bit too blue, so I might increase the green ever so slightly, and now the hue matches what we see on screen. So I think this blends in quite organically. Next, if we have a look at the before and after, we can see that our light sources in the distance and also the desk lamp, although the desk lamp sits already pretty high at 98 IRE, will get blown out. So this is before, this is after, this is before, this is after. Have a look at the right end here. Again, before, after. Obviously, we don't want our highlights to blow out. So let's increase the highlight recovery. I will zoom in on one light source to see what we're doing. I think that one is a good candidate over here. I will increase the amount of the highlight recovery until the light sources are back to normal. Just like that. Increase the highlight recovery a little bit further still. Increase this roll off again. Let's have a look at the before and after. This is before. This is after. We still have a weird ring around them, so let's play around with the slider a little bit more. Before, after, yeah, I think this is pretty convincing. However, we are facing an issue. This doesn't look very natural, does it? The flare is brighter than the actual light source. So now it's time to control the projection. To do that, I'll zoom out again, decrease the projection fully, and increase it until I reach a level where I'm satisfied with the result. I think actually around 44, 45 would be a sweet spot for me. The key with these plugins is that you don't want to go too far. Let's zoom in again and let's have a look at how good of a job we did. Yeah, this blends in much more naturally. So this is before, this is after. I think I will decrease the radial flare a little bit. Something like that. Before, after. Yeah, that's good enough for me.